Welcome to this explainer. Today we're tackling something I know a lot of you have been incredibly curious about, demystifying those massive funding promises from prop firms. We're going to compare CFDs versus futures to help you cut through all the online noise and make a truly informed choice. Let's dive in.
You've definitely seen these flashy numbers scrolling through your feed, right? 50,000, 100,000, or literally $200,000 funded accounts. It's incredibly alluring. I mean, the immense appeal of trading with that kind of capital, keeping a huge split of the profits, and not having to put up a massive bankroll of your own, it sounds like a dream.
But okay, let's do a quick reality check here. The real question you need to ask yourself isn't actually how to get your hands on that capital. The true question is which trading vehicle is actually suited for your specific profile. Because if you don't know how to manage that kind of money, you're going to lose your shirt in the process.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We'll define the prop firm world, look at the evaluation rules, compare CFDs versus futures, expose the reality of the risks involved, and wrap up with a solid beginner's guide.
All right, part one, the prop firm world.
Let's strip away the marketing hype for a second. What actually is a prop firm? Well, think of it basically like a backer at a casino. They provide the capital, you trade it, and you both split the profits. But here's the catch. They don't just hand over the keys to the vault. You have to pass a strict evaluation phase to prove your consistency and risk management skills in a highly controlled environment.
To actually get funded, you've got to pass this challenge phase, which generally comes down to 3 steps. First, you pay a fee to take the test. Second, you have to hit a specific profit target. And third, and this is the kicker, you must do so while perfectly managing your risk. It requires a massive mental shift. You literally have to stop asking, how much can I make, and start obsessing over, how much can I lose?
Moving on to part 2, the evaluation rules.
Now, during this phase, you are managing what I like to call the holy trinity of prop firm rules. First, you've got your profit target. That's the milestone you must hit to pass. But you have to constantly balance that against the daily loss, the absolute maximum you are allowed to drop in a single day. And hovering over all of this is the trailing drawdown. That's your maximum overall loss allowed, which usually trails right behind your account's peak balance. Surviving those loss limits is the true test of a funded trader.
Which brings us to part 3, CFDs versus futures.
This is the big fork in the road, guys. Which instrument are you going to use to navigate these strict rules? Let's compare them objectively. On one side, we have CFDs. This is often super appealing for traders who want an accessible, relatively straightforward approach to Forex, gold, or major indices. But on the other side, we have futures. Things like the ES, NQ, MSQ, and MNQ. Futures demand a much deeper, highly technical, and incredibly precise approach to the markets.
If you do go the futures route, you're stepping into an arena that relies heavily on advanced analytical tools. We're talking about granular concepts like order flow, volume profile, and VWAP. These tools let you track buying and selling pressure on a micro level, giving you an immense understanding of market structure if you're willing to master the complexity.
And to trade those futures effectively, you really have to speak the language. Contracts, ticks, and points. A tick is your absolute minimum price movement. Points are made up of ticks, and your position size is dictated by the number of contracts. Now, these aren't just fancy vocabulary words. They directly dictate your sizing and your risk precision, which is absolutely crucial when you have a strict daily loss limit hanging over your head.
All right, let's get into part 4, the reality of risks.
We are getting to the core of this explainer now. This is absolutely crucial for every beginner to understand. Here is the great illusion of the whole prop firm space. That massive $100,000 number you see advertised, that is not your real account size. And it is certainly not the amount of money they are going to let you lose.
Just look at how tiny that true buffer actually is compared to the advertised capital. Your actual real trading capital is simply your maximum drawdown limit. Think about it. If you have a $100,000 account, but a $3,000 trailing drawdown, your actual buffer is just $3,000. The rest is literally just leverage. This proves exactly why understanding the drawdown, the rules, and the payout structures is the only thing that genuinely matters.
Finally, part 5, the beginner's guide.
So, knowing these constraints, how should you actually proceed? Well, before you even think about paying for an evaluation, I highly recommend following this concrete checklist. 1. Learn the absolute basics of trading. 2. Test your strategy extensively on a demo account. 3. Master your risk management. Seriously, this is non-negotiable. 4. Keep a rigorous trading journal. And 5. Read the specific rules of the prop firm you're considering inside and out.
If you take nothing else away from this explainer, please remember this. Never fall into the trap of picking a prop firm just because they lure you in with a giant, flashy account size. The size of the advertised account means absolutely nothing if the drawdown rules are mathematically designed for you to fail.
So, I'm going to leave you with a somewhat provocative question today. Look at your own trading journey right now. Have you truly proven your strategy on a demo account? Are you genuinely prepared to manage risk within these super strict margins? Or are you just paying for the illusion of a massive account? Master your craft, choose the right vehicle for you, and trade smart. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer.